Some breaking updates coming in. The Congress party cornering the Congress and calling out a China link. In fact, slamming Jairam Ramesh, saying since 2005, Jairam Ramesh has been lobbying for Chinese telecoms activities in India, and also giving out an excerpt of his book, saying Huawei has been banned in several countries as a security threat. But Jairam Ramesh questions the government of India's stand on China. This is a statement coming in from the BJP leader saying Jairam Ramesh should disclose his links with China and the Chinese companies. The attack coming in from the BJP, questioning the Congress party's link to China, saying Jairam Ramesh has been lobbying to get in the Chinese companies to the country and continues to question the government's stand on China and the companies from China. A big claim being made by Mahesh Jethmalani, who has slammed Jairam Ramesh, taking to Twitter. He has also put out an excerpt of the book where he has said that Huawei has been banned in several countries as a security threat. Despite that, Jairam Ramesh has been batting for it and has been asking for it to be brought into the country, and also questioning the government of India's China stand. Jairam Ramesh until now has been questioning the government, also saying that Jairam Ramesh must now disclose the links that he has with China as well as the Chinese companies. The claim that has been made is that he has been lobbying for the Chinese company since 2005. In fact, Jairam Ramesh's book excerpt has also been put in by Mahesh Jethmalani, who has taken to Twitter. The attack that has come in from the BJP leaders on the alleged link. In fact, there is a part of the book of Jairam Ramesh as well that has been tweeted by Mahesh Jethmalani. National editor Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan joining us on the broadcast with the details. Madhav, this is a charge that the BJP has been levelling. Now, Mahesh Jethmalani also putting out an excerpt of a book from Jairam Ramesh, saying that it's time the senior Congress leader reveals his links with China and the Chinese company.
Well, this is a massive allegation coming in from Mahesh Jethmalani, who himself is also a member of parliament, just like Jairam Ramesh is. And Mahesh Jethmalani has come out to quote excerpts of Jairam Ramesh's book. And I want to read out from this particular excerpt because he has said that, this is the tweet first, and I'm going to read out. He says, since 2005, Jairam Ramesh has been lobbying for Chinese telecom company Huawei's activities in India. See below excerpts from his book. Huawei has been banned in several countries as a security threat. Jairam now questions GY's China stand. It behoves him to disclose his Huawei links. And in fact, the quote that he's referring to, he says that the Chinese feel that India is being unnecessarily obstructive in the matter of granting business visas and in approving Chinese FDI contracts won in public tenders. The Chinese networking major Huawei Technologies has a sizable presence in Bangalore and wants to expand, much to the discomfiture of Indian agencies. Now, this is what he is talking about in terms of Huawei's own position and about how Huawei feels that agencies have not allowed it to grow here in India, and of course when it comes to Chinese FDI and contracts, particularly in public tenders. Now, it's very important to note here what we're talking about when it comes to Huawei, because here is a company that in the past regime of the United States, as far as President Trump is concerned, and even now recently as just last year in 2022 September, if I'm not mistaken, is when even the Biden administration has held that Huawei poses a risk to their national security, and therefore in the United States has in fact been banned from actually conducting business there as well. Remember that this is all happening in the backdrop of the fact that Huawei is a telecom company. It provides huge amount of infrastructure as far as telecom networks are concerned, and particularly when it comes to 5G, is considered a company that has in fact pretty much a huge hold over the telecom markets. And that's why we've seen, for instance, recently, and it's not just as far as 5G or recent developments are concerned, in the past there have been allegations of Huawei and of course other Chinese companies having some kind of hold as far as the national security laws in China are concerned, because they are extremely strict. They expect their companies there to fall in line as far as their own national security requirements are concerned, and therefore there's been a lot of speculation about whether these companies could at some level or the other be providing data, to be providing surveillance and information to China, which could be detrimental for the national security interests of other countries. It's not just India, it's the United States, there's several other countries where these debates have been happening, and at this point of time, given the international climate and international atmosphere. Certainly a lot of questions vis-a-vis China that are concerned. But coming back to the issue at hand, it's a massive allegation that Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani is leveling.
And
he is, of course, citing
obviously not the first time that the BJP has been raising these Chinese links, Madhav. Previously as well, on the MOU being signed, JP Nadda had also cited the Supreme Court's surprise over a political party signing an MOU when the plea was submitted in the top court. Stay on with us. We have Pranesh Kumar Roy also joining us on the broadcast. Pranesh, a big claim being made by the BJP leader asking Jairam Ramesh to disclose his links with Huawei.
You know, the embarrassment only mounting for the Congress party and the China question, the China link, call it what you want to, is once again back to haunt Rahul Gandhi and his leaders. The latest is this attack from Mahesh Jethmalani. And remember, Pratibha, look at the timing. This comes on a day when Times Now confronted Digvijay Singh, asked him direct questions on why was he doubting the valor of our forces, why was Congress trying to give a clean chit to Pakistan as far as the Pulwama attack was concerned. And Jairam Ramesh had no business to intervene after his tweet from yesterday, but he did. He said, he pushed aside Pradeep, he said enough, and now Mahesh Jethmalani has put out an excerpt of Jairam Ramesh's book. This is a 2007 book that he had written. It's called Chindia, Understanding the Sino-India Relations, and this is that tweet. Since 2005, Jairam Ramesh has been lobbying for Chinese telecom company Huawei's activities in India. Huawei has been banned in several countries as a security threat. Jairam now questions government of India's China stand. It behoves him to disclose his Huawei links. Allow me to read this excerpt. No doubt wary of China, and in January 2003, Mr. Jaswant Singh said diplomacy aside and poo-pooed Chinese statistics. The Chinese feel that India is being unnecessarily obstructive in the matter of granting business visas and is approving Chinese FDI and contracts won in public tenders. The Chinese networking major Huawei Technologies, so he's named the book. He's not only referring to a telecom giant, he's named this book and he named the company in his book, has a sizable presence in Bangalore and wants to expand. You know, this part, many would say, is unnecessary, much to the discomfiture of the Indian security agency. Just to quickly put this in context, what is Huawei? Huawei is not just a telecom giant that operates out of China, a Chinese company. It is also the company's under scanner of income tax authorities in India. And Madhav would tell us more details about it, because if I remember correctly, the income tax department on at least 3 or 4 occasions in the last 3-4 years has accused Chinese telecom giant Huawei of illegally diverting money. That is the allegation.
Madhav?
Absolutely, and in fact, Huawei, under a number of issues in which it has been summoned in the past, has had its brushes with the law. In fact, just last year, there were the CEO as well as 3 executives who were summoned in that particular tax evasion case as far as Huawei is concerned. In fact, agencies at that point of time had gone on to say that there is sufficient material to on record to summon the company as well as the accused for commission of offence punishable under section 257B, read with section 278B of the Income Tax Act, which carry a jail term of 2 years. So it's a court also that had gone ahead and summoned the Huawei, its chief executive officer and 3 top company officials in this complaint that was filed by the Income Tax Department, in which they had been accused of withholding information that had been sought. And this non-compliance is something on the basis of which the court had actually gone ahead and given these orders as well. Now, this is as far as this particular company is concerned. There have been several past cases as well, not just here in India but internationally, where there have been a lot of concerns expressed about what really Huawei is up to, what its role is, and of course whether the equipment, the telecom infrastructure equipment that it provides is completely above board, or whether it could have some kind of impact as far as national security, as far as surveillance aspects are concerned. These have been the concerns that have been expressed in the public domain in the past, but with the United States taking that decisive action in 2019 and in 2022, once again this entire issue has come alive as far as China's own plans and as far as Huawei's own equipment is concerned.
At the time when it has a checkered past and currently also being investigated, this is a big charge that is being made. I request you to stay on with us. We also have Mr. Arison